Well, the Supreme Court case I decided to focus on when it comes to how law affects education is the Supreme Court case of the Board of Education versus Raleigh, 1982. And the people that were involved in the case were the Raleigh family and Amy Raleigh, who is a special needs deaf student, and the Supreme Court and the Board of Education for the Hendricks Hudson Central School District. Then what happened to them was the Raleigh family requested Amy to have a hearing aid and interpreter for use in the classroom. Additionally, she was to receive instruction from a tutor for 1 hour per day and speech therapy for 3 hours per week. Raleigh's parents also requested that the school provides her with a sign language interpreter instead of other forms of assistance, and and then the and then the school administrators refused the IEP request. And the way the case was resolved was the Raleigh family took action of the administrative review of the decision as permitted by the EHA, and they argued that the hearing aid, but without an interpreter, that Raleigh would be able to understand only about 60% of the spoken language. So the Raleighs filed a suit in the U.S. District Court because the district court judge found that Raleigh was limited in having an interpreter and not performing as well academically she would be without her disability, and the performing judge came to the solution that Amy Raleigh was not getting a free and appropriate education, which he interpreted when it came to her situation as an opportunity to achieve her full potential, will be commemorated by the chance which is given to other children. Well, some changes in education that occurred because of this case are nothing has really changed within education since the Board of Education versus Raleigh case, except that IEPs have been finally sort of been taken into account when it comes to the need for disabled children within the education system. Needs for disabled children within the education system. Even though they are a little weak when it comes to getting services within schools for children with disabilities. You might have a lot of editing. Sorry. Well, some things future teachers should know about the case is that it helped disabled kids become more noticed within the classroom and gain the services and equipment that they needed, depending on what disability the student has. And the impact it has on the classroom is that the teachers now have to modify their lessons and classroom in accommodation to the student because of the act that was put in place in the place because of the Supreme Court case. I I think more work is still needed in the area because even though some of our services as disabled students are being met now so we can learn and succeed in life as people, even though we're still a little different from the norm, we still struggle because we still struggle because we as people still not are still not really understood by people within the classroom or school because of the lack of accommodation when it comes to learning of mobility, learning or mobility, no matter how much we speak about it.